So if you didn't already know, well, I guess I should do my intro first. Hey guys, it's Story. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. My name is Story and I'm all things bookish, but today is a very exciting video because Stephanie Garber just announced that there's a new book in the Caraval series. We all knew this was coming. If you are a Caraval fan, you knew this was coming. She's been hinting at it for a while. Very, very subtle hints saying she has been working on a new book here and there, just in like Instagram captions and stuff like that. There was one other hint that told me Jax was getting a story, so I guess I should back up a little bit. If you don't know what Caraval is, I will explain it in just a second. These are the three books in the series. So it starts with Caraval, the second book is Legendary, and the third book is Finale. Finale just came out, it was over a year ago, so 2 years ago maybe like a year and a half ago. But I just read Finale this year, and so far it is my favorite book of the year. If you don't already know, I love the Caraval series. I recommend it all the time. I talk about it a little too much on my channel, so I try not to. But yes, these are the three books in the series. And then these are the UK collector's editions. I don't have Caraval, so if you know anyone that has Caraval I can buy off of, please let me know. I'll go ahead and give you all the information in case you are a Caraval fan and you're watching this video and you don't know yet, or maybe you don't know what Caraval is but you want to know like what the news is, what's going on. I'll go ahead and put on the screen here what we know about this book. It's called Once Upon a Broken Heart by Stephanie Garber. It's gonna be here in the fall, September 28th, 2021. I literally have to wait 10 months. Yeah, 10 months for this book, and that is so stressful, but I will be making some Caraval content for you guys. It's not gonna be like the Midnight Sun series, since there was only 4 months of waiting for Midnight Sun to release. I was putting out videos like every week, every other week that were Twilight themed. This time, since I'm waiting a span of 9 months, they are going to be scattered out, but there is Caraval content coming if you are interested. I'm going to be doing a couple different videos here and there. Why I'm so excited is because I wasn't sure if this was going to be a standalone or a series for Jax. Jax is my personal favorite character of the entire series. We met him in Legendary, and Legendary was by far better than the first book. And then I felt the same about Finale. Finale and Legendary are like top tier for me, and then Caraval is just like slightly underneath it, but I think the reason is because I just like fell in love with Jax. He was my favorite character. I thought it was an unpopular opinion that I preferred Jax other than the other person in the love triangle, but actually a lot of people do love him, and obviously she made it to where he was kind of open-ended so that she could write this series, and I am just so here for it. I love Jax so much. I'm trying not to spoil anything in case you haven't read the Caraval series yet. But back to what we know about the book so far. It is a series. It's not a standalone. I don't know if it's going to be 2 books, 3 books, or whatever, but it is a series, and I am so happy. You actually don't need to read the Caraval series before. It's in the same world, of course. It is the Caraval universe, but you don't have to read the original trilogy before this series. So I'm wondering if it's a prequel, because I feel like if it was a sequel to what we've already read, then we would need to read it. Or maybe it all just doesn't matter because of how it ended, but we are following a brand new character, Evangeline Fox. Is that how you say that name? Evangeline, who is foolish enough to make a deal with everyone's favorite Prince of Hearts. For all of you wondering what happened to Jax after the events of Finale, your questions will be answered in this book. So it is the events afterwards. So that makes sense, I guess. It's open-ended, so that's why you don't have to read the original trilogy first. So this isn't the actual cover. It says cover to be revealed. So I'm excited to see what it is. I think there definitely is a like purplish theme going on with the Caraval book, so that's probably why they just made it purple and gold. Finale specifically is purple and gold. She has pre-orders open and they are signed actually, so you can get a US or UK version signed. I might get both to be honest, because I have both. I only think I have one signed. Yeah, I have Legendary signed, so I only have one signed so far, so I would love to get another one signed from her. But yeah, that's basically all we know so far, and I'm just so excited. I don't know when the cover will be revealed, but I'm so excited for that. I just can't believe I have to wait like 10 months for this book to come out. I can't believe he's getting his own series. I'm so pumped. So for the people that are new to Caraval and don't know what it's about, I know I've explained this 1,000 times on my channel, but Caraval follows Scarlet Dragnet in this complete fantasy world. Stephanie Garber just calls it the Caraval universe. We know of the island that Scarlet and her sister were born on. And then we also know the island that is Legend's magical island, but that's all we know really in Caraval. We don't know much about the world until the second book. But Scarlet has wrote letters to this famous magician named Legend, who owns this magical island where he hosts a annual magic game. The game went on suspension for a long time. He just didn't have it. No one really knew what was happening, but Scarlet still wrote letters to him every year trying to get into this game. Her mother left her and her sister when she was younger, and they have a very abusive, strict father. So she's just trying to get her sister out of there to have some fun. And this is when Legend finally replies to her multiple letters saying that she and her sister both have tickets to the game this year, and it's finally going to start up again. The problem is the next day when Scarlet goes to board this ship, she can't find her sister, and then finds out on the way to the Caraval Island that her sister has been kidnapped and she is the prize of the game this year. So everyone has to find Tella in order to win the Caraval prize, which is always a wish from Legend. You get one wish, any wish you want, from this famous magician. It's super mysterious as well because no one has actually seen Legend before. No one knows what he looks like. You also never know if it's a game because all of the Caraval players have been playing in these Caraval games for years. So you don't know if they're regular people just participating. You don't know if they're a part of the game. There's just so much mystery and intrigue in this series, and it's so good. The fantasy isn't very intense, at least not at first. So if you're not a huge fantasy reader, you should be good, but just please pick it up. If you don't pick up this series, at least pick up Jack's series because Jax is my baby, and obviously that's what this video is about. So if you haven't read the Caraval series yet, I'm gonna tell you 5 reasons why you should read the Caraval series, because why not? So number 1 is entertainment. I don't really know how else to say this, but adventure, fun. These books, I've said it a million times, they are just entertaining. If you read for entertainment or for fun, you need to read this. If you are a very, very critical reader, you might not like this, to be honest, but it is an epic fantasy series that's just really fun and interesting, very mysterious, a lot of things going on, a lot of characters. You just always want to know what is happening next. I'm already getting ahead of myself. Number 2 is the mystery. So if you have to have mystery in your books, then you're gonna like this. If you read for entertainment and you love mystery, like this is your go-to. That is my 2, top things. I read for entertainment and I need mystery in a book. The mystery in this it always has you on your toes and you're always guessing what's happening next. The world is so unpredictable. Like the series is just very unpredictable. Number 3 is the world. So if you like fantasy, especially YA fantasy, you are going to love this. The world isn't completely developed in Caraval, so I've been holding this upside down. The world isn't completely developed in Caraval, so you will be, wondering a lot, guessing a lot, kind of what's going on, and that's kind of the fun in it. But the world gets super developed in the second book, and you are just like transported into it. There's so many more elements than what you thought in the first book, and yeah, if you just want to completely lose yourself in a world with a lot of fantasy events and characters and setting and plot, then this is for you. Number 4 is the characters. So if you're a reader that really needs to get attached to characters to completely be obsessed with a story like me, then you're gonna like this as well. I am a character reader, I'm not a plot reader. The plot doesn't really matter to me. I think good characters work the plot out themselves, so I don't really worry about plot if I'm in love with the characters. Like I said, Jackson's my favorite character, and I'll get into his character in a minute, but the 2 sisters, Scarlet and Donatella, a lot of people like Tella a bit more than Scarlet. They find Scarlet a bit boring. So in case you're wondering, the first book follows Scarlet, the second book follows Tella, and the third book follows them both at the same time. Tella is the wild, impulsive, spontaneous, adventurous, fun sister, and Scarlet is the more predictable one, the responsible one. She's very moody, she loves hard, she's very protective. Legend. I can't say a lot about Legend because there's a lot of mystery to him. He is the main mystery of these books. So Legend is the famous magician that owns this famous magical island, and like I said, I can't get too much into him, but you're pretty much trying to figure out legend throughout this entire series, and it's the main mystery, and it's probably the best part to this book, honestly, besides Jax. You'll also fall in love with Julian in the first book, which is a love interest. There are family members involved in this series. So Tella and Scarlett's dad is very abusive, and he's kind of on the hunt for them. He's trying to find them, so of course they're like always in danger. We meet a lot of characters in the second book. That's why I love the second book so much, and again, I will spoil it if I go too into details, but just trust me, the characters are amazing. I love them so much. And number 5, last but not least, is of course my baby, Jax. So again, we meet Jax in Legendary, and saying that doesn't spoil anything. You don't need to know that for Caraval. He has nothing to do with Caraval, but I wish we would have got him for 3 books because that would have been amazing. But he is known as the Prince of Hearts. Again, I can't get too far into this, but his actual name is the Prince of Hearts. He actually gave him the name Jax himself as like a nickname, I believe. And yeah, he's amazing for me because he is a villain that you love. I personally prefer villains over heroes. I'm always kind of rooting for the villain. I'm always on the dark side. And he's a villain that, you know, wants to be good, but he's also bad, and he wants to be bad. You don't want to love him, but you love him, and he's just like charming and intriguing, and he's just amazing. So yes, those are the 5 reasons why you should read this series if you haven't already. If you don't agree with any of those reasons, then you don't have to read the series, but trust me, you will not regret it. If you read Caraval and you're not really feeling it, maybe you give it like 3.5 or 4 stars, please continue with the series. I hate when people say that because I never want to waste time reading books, but please continue with the series. Like, if this is anything for you, this is gonna be better. Like, Legendary is going to be better. If you're interested, I have a Legendary release day vlog I did a long time ago on my channel that I can link down below. Legendary was also my favorite book of 2018, I believe. I don't really find a reason to link that down below because I've pretty much told you why it's my favorite book. I don't anticipate books very often, but when favorite series like Twilight and Caraval have new books or new spin-off series, whatever, like that, it's different, okay? Like, I don't anticipate standalones really at all, but if I like a series, it is my baby. But yeah, I'm excited. Expect more Caraval themed videos from me if you like Caraval, and I will see you in my next one. Of course, give this video a thumbs up if you're just as excited as me. Subscribe if you haven't already, I would really appreciate it. Turn on your bell notifications for the Caraval videos I'm gonna be doing, and yeah, I'll see you in my next one.